March 29th. Thank you for joining us here at Prime Nation Radio, back on YouTube with full Wirecast capabilities. I'm Sydney Roberts.
I'm Tyler Wood.
I'm Cameron Smith.
I'm Charlie Dawson.
I'm Tanner Methvin.
And then we've got Bill taking some photos of us and Captain Dan running Wirecast. And for anyone who's been curious over the past couple days why Tyler is just on his phone or computer, it's because he's running social media. So Tyler's not just being a lazy bum and ignoring the show. He's actually doing a valuable service.
And even if I was, I'm doing a good job to listen and be on my phone and the computer.
Yeah, you do a pretty good job of multitasking. I guess that's where the communications degree comes in.
Communication studies.
Oh, excuse me.
For some reason, UNCW does not do communications. It's just communication studies.
Well, it's a higher echelon. But along the lines of social media, you can find us on all social media platforms at Prime Nation Live. We're actually going to be starting a giveaway. Tyler, you want to go ahead and give those details? Sorry,
That's okay.
I caught you on a bite of ice cream here at 9:30 in the morning.
I'm eating breakfast.
I mean, Tyler doesn't judge us for drinking at 9:30, so I guess we can't judge him for
the ice cream distracts everybody from this giant soda.
Dr. Extreme. That's
Diet Dr. Extreme.
No, but that's one we didn't guess yesterday.
If the teeter wants to throw us some cash, that'd be much appreciated. If not, I'm going to switch back to Diet Mountain Lions. Sad thing about comic book stores, some of them are going out of business. Good thing is there's one going out of business in Chapel Hill.
Yeah, screw Chapel.
Yeah, they don't need comic books.
No, they just win sports and read books, actual books. So it was 75% off everything in the store.
Gee, yeah, you sent me your receipt, and you would have paid close to $300, right?
It was like $238,
okay.
and I got it for about like $50-some. But I got probably about 12 comic books, and by comic books I mean graphic novels, so like collections of stuff. I also got like an issue of an issue out of Old Man Logan, I think. I think the stuff that Old Man Logan was based on, I'm not really sure. And I got a couple of Spectres for my own collection. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, you guys aren't getting those. Keep your crummy paws off of them.
I got about 15 graphic novels that I want to use to give away on air. And we have included in them Superwoman 77. I believe it's the first volume of that. Tanner, you want to give a quick synopsis of Wonder Woman 77?
You said Superwoman. I was
Wonder
genuinely
Woman.
confused.
I'm sorry, it's Wonder Woman 77.
Well, now there's a difference because now there is a Superwoman ongoing series. So I was
Never
genuinely
mind.
confused.
I have Wonder Woman 77 Volume 1.
You opened up that can of worms.
I know, that was my bad. He looked into my soul. He's like, "You're wrong." I have 3 issues of Grant Morrison's run on the Avengers. I have this weird little one that's called like the Living Finger.
Nice.
Yeah, that one's just like a little indie one. And then we have Motorcycle Samurai. I have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one to give away. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that I want to give away, and we're going to start giving away on air coming up soon. I'm thinking start it up this Friday.
Sounds good to me.
And then give it away 2 Fridays after.
Rad.
Cool.
Okay.
So how it's going to work is anyone who shares or retweets any of our posts.
Up to a point.
Yeah, maybe
just like cap it at 2 or 3 a day.
Yeah, we'll say twice a day you can share. So anyone who shares or retweets any of our posts will be entered into this drawing. Tyler will keep track of that, and he'll draw the names out of a hat. So up to twice a day, you can retweet or share any of our posts on Instagram. Well, actually, I don't think we have anything on Instagram, do we yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, yeah, maybe with some of these photos Bill's taken, we can get that rolling. But on Twitter or Facebook, if you share or retweet any of our posts, you'll be entered into this giveaway for these rare sought after comic books.
Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking maybe we can hide something in the show that you have to do, like maybe
cool.
listen to the show and do a specific hashtag or something like that.
Cool.
We'll have it worked out by Friday.
Sounds good. So gear up, guys, for that exciting giveaway. I know plenty of people who listen to this show will be all in for that. So disclaimers are out of the way. Let's get around to on this day. It was actually not an incredibly dark day in history.
March 29th is pretty dope, honestly.
Pretty cool stuff happened. I should also say it's my girlfriend's birthday, so it stands to reason that it should be a good day.
Whatever.
Points there. So the first cool thing that happened today was in 1795, Beethoven made his debut as a pianist in Vienna.
As a what?
As a penis.
I'm waiting on it.
Animaniacs did that joke.
Really?
Yeah, actually, there's a scene from Animaniacs where they're talking to Beethoven, and he actually says, like, I'm a world-famous pianist, and they're like, can you repeat that? And he says it again, and they're like, okay, show's over. We can't do this.
Dude, Animaniacs has some like crazy jokes. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fingerprints
That's
is the
the
biggest.
exact one. Yeah, I showed someone the other day. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah. I forgot about that, though.
Fingerprints.
Yeah.
And then it's actually
I don't think so.
Yeah.
the musician Prince, yeah.
Yeah. I also love that one where they're after Turkey for some reason. Some guy's like, stop talking and give me the bird. And they're like, we'd love to, really, but the censors aren't going to let us.
See, that's a good blend of what we were talking about with the kids' movies, how you got to kind of, give the adults something to work with without it being too overt. Animaniacs
Right.
would kind of, I don't know if they were the pioneers, because surely there were some successful kids' movies that did it before them, but they were always, skirting the line, along with, I feel like, did they have anything to do with Pinky and the Brain?
Yeah, the Pinky and the Brain came from that show, I believe.
Okay.
Warner
They were,
Bros, yeah.
I think they were
Cool.
side characters. I think it was because Spielberg wanted to go back to like OG Looney Tunes, where
Yeah,
they
that
did
makes
that stuff a
sense.
lot.
Makes sense. What about Ren and Stimpy? Did you guys ever watch Ren and Stimpy?
Very,
A little bit, yeah.
Disturbing
I-
stuff,
yeah.
man. Bill was nodding. Were you a big Ren and Stimpy fan?
Not so much as I was original Looney Tunes.
Gotcha,
Mhm.
gotcha.
I was a big OG Looney Tunes fan.
Yeah.
Watched that all the time.
Foghorn Leghorn. all
Dude,
that
I've
stuff.
got the Blu-rays and I still watch them and they hold up. I'm
Really?
blown away.
So real quick, it's not like outrageously young or anything, but does anyone want to take a guess at how old Beethoven was when he debuted?
14.
17.
12.
I already know because I
yeah,
saw.
yeah, 24, which I thought was kind of
Oh,
surprising. You would think it would be 14 or 17 or something like that with someone of Beethoven's stature, but 24. So I'm 24. I think a couple other, pretty much all of you guys with the
23.
yeah, everyone's
22.
younger than me with the exception of
19.
Bill and Dan. So
21.
we still got time, guys, to do something great with our lives.
What are you talking about? Prime Nation is the greatest thing we're going to do with our lives.
True. Exactly.
Point made.
So the next thing that happened March 29th in 1964, Jeopardy debuted, hosted by Art Fleming. And I don't think I ever saw.
I've been coughing up a lot of Fleming today. I know you can hear my voice.
You gonna make art out of it? I don't.
Good. There's been a lot.
I don't think I've ever seen any of those episodes with Art Fleming. Anyone else?
How long do you think he hosted? Like, do we know when Trebek started?
I don't watch
I would
Jeopardy.
think the 80s. Surely I've seen Jeopardy clips from the 80s with Trebek.
Don't call me Sharon.
Jeopardy. Jeopardy makes me feel bad about myself.
What, because you feel dumb?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
'Cause I don't know any of them.
That's why I like Teen Tournament. Because Teen
Teen
Tournament I
Tournament.
might actually get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A lot of it's pretty useless information.
yeah.
True.
Yeah. The people who are on there, like, I don't know, history majors?
Are
Is that where you get it
dorks.
all? Yeah.
I mean, I know a bunch of useless information, but it's about, like, Batman and Superman. It's just, it doesn't apply to Jeopardy.
Don't sell yourself short. You know the history knowledge too.
Yeah.
So.
Every now and then I get one.
Okay, till 1975 is when when Art Fleming hosted, and I don't know if oh man, I'm drawing a blank.
Trebek?
Yeah, I don't know if
Trebek.
Trebek immediately took over or not. But
Trebek.
either way. And then the last cool thing that happened on this day was Ireland banned smoking across all public spaces, bars and restaurants and everything like that. That was in the year 2004. So,
Yeah, they were the first, it says, to do that. They
Yeah.
were, yeah.
and I mean, I wouldn't have guessed that. I wouldn't have thought that Ireland would have impeded anyone's drinking comfort,
Well, no, it's yeah, see, smoking, as long as they can drink, we're fine. Smoking,
Well,
though.
I remember in America when they first banned smoking in bars were taking a hit because people are so
They
used
were.
to drinking and smoking at the same time. They just did it at home.
Yeah. Isn't it still legal in South Carolina to smoke inside?
I'm sure it is some places.
Yes,
Is it?
Isn't it South Carolina? Yeah, I'm pretty
I'm
sure
fairly
South Carolina you can smoke inside.
I'm fairly sure they left it up to states to decide, so I think you might be right.
Yeah.
I remember. I think Tyler, you went on the comedy tour with Cordero and Blair and them about 2 years ago, right?
That was Troy.
Troy. Oh, okay, I see.
You're
'Cause
so similar.
I just went to South Carolina recently and was in a few places. I mean, granted, I might not have gone in anywhere where people wanted to smoke, but I didn't notice it.
Didn't see anything. Yeah.
I just remember that crew who went on that trip telling me that there was a place, I think in South Carolina, where even though it wasn't allowed, they still let you smoke in there.
Yeah, I think Drew on that tour
Yeah.
because he told me something about that.
Okay,
yeah.
So that's on this day, and as we're talking about Ireland, let's send it on into pop culture because police are now investigating this Irish Coke factory, Coca-Cola, because the cans that arrived there from Germany, waiting to be filled with that sweet, sweet, sugary goodness, were instead filled with human excrement.
I preferred the term
so was
feces.
this was this
I
like
prefer the term turds.
Any of
right.
the above work.
was this a mistake or was this like an intentional like screw you Coke kind of thing?
I don't know how cans get crammed full of human crap
Yeah.
is a mistake.
You know, not a mistake, but like they were supposed to go in different receptacles, and then they accidentally put them in
yeah,
the Coke.
They confuse the Coke cans with the
With the
crap full of
yeah.
Not a mistake, just more of a misapprehension.
I just would like to take a chance again to thank our sponsor, Diet Dr. Extreme.
Yep.
I've never had any excrement in here.
Not that you
I mean,
know
I'm
of.
just blown away because it's human feces, not like rat. Rat would be disgusting, but I can understand how that would happen.
Well, without a doubt, I'm sure there's been trace amounts of rat feces in all of our Cokes that we
Oh,
drank throughout
absolutely.
our life.
I wouldn't want to any
Still
other
gonna drink
way.
it though.
But-
Oh,
yeah.
rat poison.
But no, these cans were literally filled with human excrement because the empty cans arrived, or supposedly empty, arrived at this factory to be filled and distributed and sealed and distributed from Ireland. But they arrived from Germany filled with crap.
Sorry, I'm just. Okay, so this is not Ireland's fault then.
No. And
Okay.
it's interesting that Germany is historically predisposed to scat pornography. Are you familiar with that?
No.
Yeah.
What is
I
scat
knew
pornography?
Cameron would be. It makes use of human excrement.
Oh.
A lot of people think that has to do with the fact that Germany suffered such an intense defeat in World War I and II that they sort of subconsciously punish themselves, is what I've heard at least.
Wow.
That's
awesome.
that is bananas.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Make you feel good, Charlie, doesn't it?
Yeah. My problems just washed away.
So it is just kind of interesting that these cans came from Germany filled with crap. So, and just so people know, I usually in my actual life I don't ever use the word crap, but I have to be radio friendly. So that's my go-to.
You use poop, right?
Yep, that is my
I use
word of
woo-woo.
choice.
Poop is a way more fun word. It's like a goofier word.
It is.
Crap
yeah.
is harsh.
Yeah. Crap is not like a funny word. Poop is a really
Poop's
funny
a funny
crap
word.
is like you're trying to be harsh, but you're not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like, oh, frick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'd rather say poop because at least then it rolls off the tongue better and
Yeah.
it's funnier.
Poop is much sillier.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. So that is what's happening in Ireland, and it's funny if you go to the irishpost.com, it's all the text is highlighted in green. Like
Dookie is
if
an
you
honorable
highlight
mention.
anything, it's this like Kelly green color,
Ooh.
and then all these it's just Irish centric stories over here. So we have heartbroken woman remembers final meeting with her homeless Irish father. Not that that's funny to laugh at, but it's funny that homeless Irish father.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to laugh at.
That makes it a newsworthy article on this website because he was Irish.
Yeah, I'm just laughing because
What's funny
that's
about
the
that?
only thing that's newsworthy is like he's Irish. I mean that's nice for her or like crappy for her, or poopy for her. But still, I don't know. It's just a non-story. This is a real story. What you're about to go into here.
Yeah.
This is something.
Oh, no.
So they're rolling out 69 new emojis.
Nice.
I knew it.
Yep.
I knew someone was going to jump on it. So 69 new emojis are going to be gracing our phones here shortly. These include a breastfeeding woman, a woman with a headscarf, face with open mouth vomiting.
I like that they have to specify because those closed mouth vomit faces everyone's been wanting. We're not getting those yet.
Yeah, do they have like a face where it's just cheeks filled with vomit that you're holding in?
Maybe they do actually. I don't know. I was joking, but now I'm wondering.
I like how there's a Swedish flag. Like that's one of the new ones
That is interesting,
down
yeah.
at the bottom.
Yeah.
So Tyler, you posted this article. Were there any of these that stood out to you?
Yes, let me travel over there.
The pretzel.
They have a
Pretzel's
curling.
awesome.
They have the curling thing.
Yeah.
Is that a crab next to the curling thing to your left?
It's a sled.
Rosebud.
a sled. That makes more sense.
Or technically, I think they call it a toboggan.
Wait, is that a male and female elf below the
Yes,
wizard?
it is.
Okay, cool. I'm glad.
I'm a fan of the breastfeeding emoji.
You have a grand sandwich over there.
I think we have showering men and women right now.
Yeah.
Oh, they added a gold heart. Very
Okay.
happy about that personally. And the
I thought
vampires.
they already had a
Ooh.
gold heart.
A giraffe face. Look, in front of a giraffe face.
And a zebra.
They at least already have a yellow heart.
Oh, and look, Cameron, they have dinosaurs.
Oh, okay, good. Fine.
Oh, good chopsticks.
chopsticks.
So I can be vaguely racist with
Do you
my
guys
emojis.
use emojis seriously? I feel like everyone uses them.
Yes,
Like,
dead seriously.
Yeah.
I use emojis all the time
Like-
to express my emotion because text just doesn't do it anymore.
Yep. Every time I get in an argument with my girlfriend, it's just angry face, angry face, angry face. No actual communication.
no, but like,
See,
do
now
you
you have
ever
open mouth
actually use them
vomiting.
and you're like, this expresses how this expresses my emotions? Or
I've
is it
been
always
using,
just like as a joke?
The thumbs up I use a lot. For my girlfriend, I use the kiss with a heart. That gets the message
Okay.
across.
Yeah.
It really depends on the person. Like a thumbs up coming from anybody else other than Sydney, I'm like, oh, you're not.
They're being
thrilled.
facetious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
Sydney, I see him going.
That's exactly what I do. That's literally what I've been known for
Yep.
all my life is the double thumbs up.
I gauge it based on the other person. Like, if
Yeah.
they use emojis, I'll use emojis
Same
so they
here.
don't feel weird.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I feel like they-
Cameron and I typically have some joking emoji back and forth.
Mhm.
I like using them for jokey effects with the right people, but other times it's good to use them for serious stuff.
Yeah. Well, when they first came out, I was like, oh, these are just like a. These are silly. These are just a
Oh,
joke.
yeah, I
but
did
now
not
people,
like 'em.
yeah, I didn't love. But now, like, I find myself actually like I use a thumbs up, or I'll use like the heart sometimes. You know what I mean?
I'll throw an emoji out there to let them know I'm flirting. You know.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
too.
That's what the
That
dinosaurs
breastfeeding-
were.
That's what the
Yeah.
dinosaurs.
The
for.
breastfeeding woman. This is what I want in our 2 years.
I usually use the girl with her hand out like this, and I usually use the black girl.
You said that to me like 3 days ago, actually.
Yeah.
That exact one.
I use
Oh.
that one a lot.
Look at you got fairies too.
Yeah, you have
That's
fairies, you have mermaids and mermen.
Yes, that's
Genies.
interesting.
Genies, okay. And it's interesting, they went with a blue genie. They went with the Aladdin
Yeah.
genie.
Now here's the real question. Do you think any of these are in the upcoming Emoji movie that they're making?
They're making
What?
an emoji movie.
Mhm.
Have you guys not seen that?
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah,
trailer.
whole
There's an
movie.
Emoji movie.
What's the what?
I'm done.
Who
I'm
knows?
What's the plot?
Who knows? I really honestly think that it has to do with them like having to escape a phone or something
I read the plot. Apparently, it's about an emoji who like doesn't know how to express himself, and he has to learn through all the other emojis like how to properly.
So is he just like the blank face, like straight
I
line?
I guess so. But yeah, you can look up a trailer. This exists. Also, the trailer is viewable as a vertical thing. So we've sunk to a
I see
very
what you mean.
low point.
What do you mean by vertical thing?
Portrait.
As it- like, yeah,
your
portrait
phone in
mode
portrait
on your phone,
mode.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Ah.
And it hurts
Those
Cameron's
Marvel
heart.
movies are looking pretty good right now, aren't they?
No.
Oh,
No, this still seems better.
Ooh.
So we got about 2.5 minutes before we send it to break. So let's go into Netflix real quick, and then we can pick it back up if we want. We
Okay.
have some things leaving Netflix and some things coming to Netflix. So let's talk about what's leaving, and then we'll talk about what's coming to it when we come back.
Some big titles are leaving. We got Ferris Bueller's Day Off is leaving. House season 1 through 8 is leaving.
I
Oh, that's
know.
sad. Oh my gosh. The X-Files, Collateral Damage, Hero, Legit. I don't know if anyone's a Legit fan.
Is that the FX series?
Yeah,
Or it
With
might even be
Jim
FXX.
Jeffries.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nutty Professor 2.
Nutty
Ah.
Professor 2: Facing the Fear. I have that down here as one of the highlights.
Facing the
It's
fear.
called Facing the Fear?
Yeah, Facing the Fear.
How did I never remember that?
I don't know.
There's some cool stuff coming though. We got Hot Rod.
Is coming?
Oh,
Hot Rod's
oh wait,
coming?
no, Hot Rod
Yeah.
Unlimited, which is a TV show now,
Oh.
not the movie. No,
I think Hot
I got
Rod's
so
already on
excited.
That's what I was about
Like-
to say. Yeah,
What?
Hot Rod is on there.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Dude, in all seriousness, I think the coolest thing coming in April is the Mystery Science Theater revival. I'm so psyched for that. Just to have that back again.
I never watched any Mystery Science Theater, but I know I'm missing out.
Grew up with it, man. It's so good.
You can't say that
Uh,
on the radio.
That and
Picked up a
documentary.
little bit of it.
Documentary Now Season 2. Season 1 is available on Netflix. I know Season 2 is already on IFC, but I mean, Season 1 was so freaking great, and I can't wait to see what documentaries. What do you, Sarah, did you watch? What are they parodying? And
What?
In Season
Documentary
2?
Now Season 2.
Do
they finally do Super Size Me?
I'm not
Well,
sure.
hold on, real quick. Have you guys watched Documentary Now?
Nope.
Have you heard of it?
Bill Hader
I've
and
heard about
Fred Armisen
and Fred Armisen.
and what's his name? Seth Meyers. A
lot of cameos.
John Mulaney writes for it sometimes. Yeah.
And they just make spoofs of popular documentaries, but they do it brilliantly.
Mhm.
I mean, as to be expected.
Yeah, they're talented.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and the Louis C.K. special, 2017.
That's my most excited.
Yeah.
I can see what I mean. Not like in a condescending way. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
like,
sure. Louis.
What was his last special?
It was
Live from the Comedy Store.
March 29th. This is Prime Nation Radio. Thank you guys for joining us. We're back from our first break of the day. So we're gonna get into this reality TV show. It was called Eden. So you posted the link, Tyler. Tanner? Sorry, you want to fill us in a little bit about this?
Yeah, sure. So basically, in the UK, they had this show Eden, where they were going to have 23 people go into I think the Scottish wilderness and just live there for a year, and they were going to have to build their own little society and grow their own food and everything. And over the course of this year, 13 people left or were fired from the show, and they only aired 3 episodes because they were airing it as they were filming it. And then because of low ratings, it got canceled. But no one told the contestants this. So for the next 9 months, they're living in the wilderness for nothing.
Yeah, it says that I'm trying to find it because eventually they let the contestants know that they could leave if they wanted to, but even then I don't think they told them that the show wasn't done filming.
Yeah, they never told them that the show was done filming. And so far we haven't actually heard from the 10 who are left what they think of the whole ordeal. I imagine they're not too pleased. You hear some of the horror stories came out of this. They at one point resorted to eating chicken feed because they had no food.
Wow.
And imagine doing all that for nothing.
Okay, yeah, so it says 13 of the 23 contestants quit the show during the year as sexual jealousy, infighting, and hunger took their toll. And then the first to quit claimed that she had been bullied, while local residents said that the contestants were caught smuggling in junk food and alcohol, and some were treated by a local dentist in the Scottish Highlands for eating chicken feed laced with grit. Any idea what
With
grit?
grits?
I know, that doesn't sound that bad, does it?
Laced with
There's
grit.
little chicken feed and grits.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know what grit is. I imagine it's like gravel or something.
Yeah, I
like
think
that.
so.
Little
bird
So did they not tell the camera people? Because I feel like the contestants would have noticed, oh, there's no one watching us anymore. There's no one filming us.
They kept filming.
Oh, they kept filming.
For whatever reason, they still have footage from it, and they've guessed that it'll air sometime later this year.
Huh.
I don't know how it works out in terms of financials. I don't know who kept getting paid. I don't know if there was even still a budget for this show.
Yeah, I also love that the 10 people who came out, they've been out of contact with the rest of the world for a year, and they're like, wait, what the hell is Brexit?
Speaking of which, that goes into effect today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the wheels are put in motion today
Mhm.
for Brexit.
Gotcha. Does anyone want to give a quick rundown of the implications of Brexit? Because I don't
No
know.
more reality television shows, first of all. That's the first thing to go.
Good.
I mean, basically, it just means that Britain is no longer a part of the United Kingdom, right?
No, the European Union.
Okay.
So United Kingdom's not a part of the European Union, right?
I think the United Kingdom is just a big group of what is it? Britain, Scotland.
Wales, Ireland.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They
does-
all left, right?
No, I think just
Just
Britain.
Britain.
Yeah, because that's
Okay.
why it's just Brexit.
Not,
So they're still part of the United Kingdom.
Kingdom.
I think that's the case. I don't want to. But I'm just. Can you imagine being on the show? No sex, no alcohol.
It's
no.
the UK that's leaving.
It is the
Yeah.
UK. Okay, I stand
Okay.
corrected.
Gotcha.
According to BBC.com, it says Brexit, all you need to know about the UK leaving the EU. I'm not going to pretend like I read a full story, but this headline.
No, you've already read more than me to clarify.
But I mean, because that means they're gonna have to switch over to a new currency, right?
Soon they'd go back to the pound.
Yeah, they're still using the pound, aren't they? Or do they,
I think-
they phase that out?
I think they can use both. I assume they can use the pound and the euro. It's. Yeah, I don't know. We're not equipped for
I've always
this.
heard of people, saying pounds still.
Mhm.
But yes, we're obviously not where you want to get your news about this, but it does go into effect today, so you have that knowledge. Also, in pop culture, this is an article written by Victoria Herman. Maybe I'm saying that last name wrong. It's Herman, perhaps.
Herman? I hardly know him.
Herrrmann. So it could be, any number of, you could stress any number of those syllables. But she is an Arctic researcher, and she is saying that ever since January 21st, the federal database that houses information, she's focused on the information when it comes to Arctic preservation, but that's not the only thing that's disappearing. And we all saw this, that, there were a lot of defunct URLs and everything like that after Trump took office. But now it's not only just the websites that are being deleted, it's the actual database themselves that are the sole storage place for a lot of this data. And fortunately, with the way the internet works, there are archives of these things, but it takes some additional time to get to. So she said that, all in all, this only adds about 20 minutes to her day because she'll get emails from people asking her to verify her citations because the links that she had as her citations no longer exist. So she can still find that information, but it's troubling that, the federal government is no longer valuing this information, and she views it as a way to undercut ecological policy. Because as this information disappears, so does, the stuff that these activists have on their side when it comes to preserving the Arctic, preserving any ecological formation.
Yep.
Yeah,
No one else?
It's
just
I
this
was
is
just
the
kind
world.
of dragging on, hoping someone else would come in. but no.
This is
This
just the
sounds
world.
bad.
Yeah, this is the world
So-
we live in.
Who would be the group of people that's going in and deleting this? Like an elite group of like hackers, or is it
No,
just
it's the
like
government's.
just-
It's
You
their
ever seen
pages.
Mr. Robot?
I've seen a parody of Mr. Robot.
They're all robots, except one of them is a father, so he's Mr. Robot.
Gotcha.
And
But no,
then his son grows up and
I mean,
he
this-
goes, "Please, Mr. Robot was my father's name."
I
mean,
just
I
call me Robot.
If I'm correct, the day after Trump was elected, a lot of scientists started sending over their data to countries in the EU to preserve it because
Yeah.
they were concerned about this from moment one.
And apparently in 2014, Canadian Prime Minister Stephen Harper also started doing the same thing. He closed 11 Department of Fisheries and Oceans regional libraries, including the Arctic Center. So this is something that's happened before. Obviously, Canada corrected their path, got Trudeau in there. So it doesn't bode well in terms of scientific awareness and ecological policy. But she's also stressing in this article how much the Arctic is suffering as of late. And it all kinds of goes hand in hand with Trump denying climate change. And, she lives in the Arctic for a large chunk of the year. She does all of her work around the Arctic. And she said that, pretty much all maps are now defunct because so much of the ice is melted or shifted. And that I'm trying to find the numbers in here because there was some pretty shocking numbers that she provided.
Yeah, man, this is just. I mean, that's the thing. It's just every time this administration does something like this, it's not apathy. I feel just like, yep, this is exactly what I expected. Yeah, and it's not comforting. To me, if I'm really my thing is that it's just going to be so hard to fix this.
Yeah.
This is going to take. But I feel like by the time we eventually fix this, someone like Trump is going to come in and do the same thing over again.
Yeah, and we were talking. I don't think it was on air last week about the Library of Alexandria in Egypt, which was burnt to the ground by Alexander the Great, and so who knows what knowledge was lost then. And this, could be compared to that because this is the actual database. It's where this knowledge and information is actually stored. Thankfully, we have Internet Archives. But they're, deleting it from the source. And it seems pretty transparent that all this is in an effort to make ecological arguments weaker.
This whole administration has been profoundly transparent, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, that is something that can be said is, there's not much. Well, who knows what's going on behind the scenes? 'Cause, we might think that it's transparent, but then who really knows?
I don't know how, like, why? How are you trying to make the arguments weaker? Everyone knows already. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone knows that it's real.
You are using Trump logic.
Some people don't believe that it's real. No, I'm saying,
Are you talking about climate change?
yeah, everyone knows that climate change is real.
No, that's the thing. Even if
And if they don't, then they're just blocking it out. So why try to...
Everyone knows it's all true. You look it up, it's a fact. Look it up, it's happening. Look it up.
Climate change is a weird one, man, because you do have a lot of professionals who say that humans aren't influencing.
what is it, like 2% of scientists say that? Like,
It's
I think it's
very
opposite.
small.
I honestly think it's the opposite. I think 2% of scientists agree that that humans are playing a role.
I totally I believe that's
Really?
incorrect. I really do. I'm very certain that the majority of scientists agree that
Yeah.
humans have a direct impact. In fact, I believe in the UK, this was actually a smart thing they did, in my opinion, or not UK, but BBC in general, said they were no longer going to have climate change deniers on. Because they said that when you put a climate change denier next to a climate change, not advocate, but someone who's trying to prove that humans
Right.
have, you essentially tell the viewer immediately that these two are equal sides.
Yeah.
And they said we're not doing that anymore because the implication that they're equal is wrong.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I wonder where you heard that stat about 2% of scientists being the ones that agree climate change. Because I mean, I've always heard, the opposite. That like
most scientists.
almost all scientists agree that there's climate change.
What's up?
Yeah, I agree.
Multiple studies published in peer-reviewed scientific journals show that 97% or more of actively publishing climate scientists agree climate warming trends over the past century are extremely likely due to human activities.
Yeah, that's what I just found here.
And that is from NASA.
So that's heartening.
Yeah.
That there's not that much disagreement.
So that was kind of my point, is that it's like there's so much out there. There's so much data from the past. Data from the past 100 years, but articles since like the 80s when people could start, really talking about this. Why try to delete stuff now? Like, you're never going to get all of it. You know what I mean? You're not going to.
And what I don't understand is, like, even if climate change wasn't real, why would anybody go again? I mean, other than just for the sake of keeping the oil industry alive, but why wouldn't we try to transfer over to solar and electric energy when we know that we are running out of these resources?
no, we aren't. As far as these people are concerned, we're not. That's the thing. You just have to remember. You're not talking to very rational people at the end of the day.
I'm just saying, like,
Big oil makes a profit of $375 million a day. That's why.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it is that I forget what the company is, but they are about to go public for the first time ever. And the only reason they're doing that is so that people can see their reports to show how many trillions of barrels of oil that they have in reserve. Sure. Because everyone's saying we're running out of oil. And so this oil company is going public. Well, they don't need the money. They don't need the money from going public. Mm-hmm. They just want everyone to see how much oil they have. Because, they are being irrational in the grand scheme of things, but in their mind, they're being rational in terms of their investment because they've invested so much and they already have all this stockpile. I don't think there's any way that those corporations are going to allow a green alternative to take over until their stockpiles are depleted.
That's going to hurt their bottom line.
What, the green stuff?
Them going public with their stockpiles.
You think so?
Yeah, because they have that much in reserve is going to drive the price down.
That's what they want. That's why? Because they want to take it away from the Middle Eastern countries and stuff like that. They want to force the Middle East to realize that they don't need them. So, because there's been a bunch of price gouging and things like that going on.
Yeah, business.
Yeah, so they want to prove to the Middle East that they are in good shape.
Do you have the name of the company?
Else as well. No, it was one of the big oil conglomerations. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. He's like the $50 billion man who was sharing this information. Have you guys ever heard of him? Hold on, let me try to...
Let's also remember that Trump, one of the big things he campaigned on was bringing back coal jobs. He was super enthusiastic about bringing back coal jobs. Coal. Oh, yes, clean coal. Didn't he say that was...
Just like I have clean turds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's basically the best way to sum it up. So he's supposedly, bringing those jobs back, and it's just infuriating that we have to... Actually, there was a Jim Jeffries bit in one of his sets where he was talking about why, so many drugs are illegal. He's like, this isn't the way the world works. We have to play to the slowest 1% who keep us all back. And that's essentially what, to me, the coal mining jobs are. I would like to put, I don't have a silver bullet either. I'd like to get more infrastructure in there for better jobs that aren't coal related. But...
Are you campaigning?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Methvin 2020. Who here would like to be my VP on the ticket?
I'm gonna stay away from the politics.
Yeah.
I'll be your DP. Speaking of which, thank you to Diet Dr. Perky. They show.
I thought you were talking about. Yeah.
What do you think I was talking about, Charlie?
You know what?
You are 14 years old.
Stop it. Stop the bickering. Let's be nice.
Yeah, let's
be nice forever.
Oh, actually, hey, you know what? You know what else is coming to Netflix? Bill Nye's show.
Oh yeah,
that's
right.
Yeah.
We can start to strike some ignorance.
I want to see the the antithesis of Bill Nye, just Bill Nye the climate denier.
That would be... Oh, that'd
be...
Yeah.
Neil by the climate denier.
Neil by.
I'll do it.
Bill. Science drools.
I love oil.
So our audio is active now in all space.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So if anyone who is listening now has Alt Space, you can go and we have a public event there, and you can listen to the show live and interact with us, give us questions, things like that. We'll go and check that during the next break, see if we have anyone hanging out there offering up any questions.
Hey, Mom, go get Alt Space.
Yeah, Chelsea,
That sounds
hurry up.
very likely, yeah. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I think it's ridiculous to deny that humans are at least playing a role. I mean, you can look at, there definitely are cycles that the Earth goes through, but I mean, in the past 150 years, the amount of pollution, the amount of ozone depletion, the amount of ice that's melted, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And, no one started to become aware of any of this stuff until really the 70s, so it was going on for,
Well,
wow.
it's
It was
weird.
going
We've
on for
actually
roughly, at least 60 years in terms of engines, combustible engines, and things like that.
it's been going on since the Industrial Revolution. You look at it started. It starts in like 1890. There's just a massive spike, and that's sort of what said because we actually were measuring climate data back then. So we do have, for people who are like, how would we know? We have reference.
Yeah,
we
for
have
sure,
we do
climate,
have reference.
but they didn't have the ability to measure ozone and things like that.
Now, I could be incorrect, but I don't think I am incorrect.
Good start.
The spike around that time, I think, is partly due to the increase of steam engines. Yes, gentlemen, brings it back around to trains.
Yes, please. Let's
Steam
move away
engines
from this to
powered
trains.
by clean coal.
Mhm.
Thomas is not hurting the environment.
I don't believe he is. I think Thomas is too sweet of a guy.
He is. He's
Percy,
just-
on the other hand,
Well, Percy's got a crazy look. I think Percy's a serial killer.
I believe.
See, James is a bit too outwardly angry. He's the one that you'd think would.
Yeah.
Kill people.
You know,
Percy just chubby cheeks, smiling.
and that's, what, I think that's a good cover
What is-
alibi to be good, close friends with Thomas, because Thomas is like well trusted by the community,
Yes.
and he'll defend Percy till the day he dies, even though Percy's lying to his face and just murdering other trains on the
Right. I
side.
think Gordon's next to go.
How do you
Really?
murder a train?
Yeah. What?
What do you mean? How you murder a train? You just like stab them in the back over and over.
But these trains don't have arms.
That
They
does-
have faces.
yeah.
So how does he
That
get the knife?
nullifies any argument.
No, how does he get
that-
the knife to hold? How does he pick it up?
He doesn't hold. He doesn't stab. Did you say?
I said stab.
No, he runs.
You need
them
solidarity
off
if you guys are going to make an
the-
argument.
He doesn't
Yeah.
speak for the whole train community.
Well,
Yeah.
offer it up. Offer your suggestion.
I don't. Yeah, I
How do
don't.
trains murder
These are
other
my
trains?
opinions, and they only represent mine, not the train community. Tyler, as elected official of the train.
It's the
What is
delegates.
it, Charlie?
Nothing.
So, but no, Tyler, I'm interested. How do you think?
I don't want to bore Charlie. Poor guy's having a hard time over there.
Yeah, Charlie, if you don't like it, you can just go.
How would one train murder another train?
Well, you run the train on them to death.
Can you
That
say
seems like
run the train
sex.
on the radio?
But
Just
but
like
how
over-
Does, how does a
You
train?
get behind them, and you run faster until they go around the corner too fast. They flip off
That's-
into the ravine.
That's a good.
Yes.
That's a good answer. Okay.
I was about to say it has to be like a steep drop because they've been flipped over before and been fine.
On
They have-
Thomas?
They
Yeah.
have to. Yeah, there's
Oh,
been
yeah.
some messes.
Uh-oh.
They have to actually breathe in the water because apparently, even though it's a steam engine, they have lungs. Or else there's no reason for them to have a face.
I'm curious if they hit the buffer at a certain speed, is it like crashing a car where just the whiplash or whatever would
Trains are too big.
You think?
Yeah, for those flimsy 2x4 things.
So you think they just plow through the?
They have.
Okay, but what if they're like made of titanium? Do you think they can survive that?
They're made out of Lieutenant Dan's new legs.
Sure, yeah.
Same stuff. The
Now,
Yeah.
let me give you a real scenario. What if the buffer is made of vibranium?
Oh, the trains
the
are
trains
just
are made of adamantium, so it doesn't matter.
Man.
he's got a good
It's a
point.
paradox.
Well, actually, I have a crossover idea. Who wins in a fight? Screw Batman v Superman. Is it Thomas or Pixar's Cars? Who wins in
Are
a
you,
fight?
are you talking about Lightning McQueen?
It's Thomas the choo-choo train. I mean, you're just
Mm-hmm.
saying
Yeah.
you can't put a car against a train.
That to me is what a hero is who it's not someone who never gets beat up, who is constantly the best in the room. It's who, even though they get beat up, they continue until they do what they need to do. So that to me, the shot of Spider-Man holding together the ferry, and now that we know that Iron Man is pushing it together and kind of helps out with that, it gives us some more light on it.
I mean, to me, that's all window dressing at the end of the day. Not that I don't like it, but to me, the core stuff about Spider-Man is that he's a flawed character. Especially his big flaw is he's selfish. That he's always tempted to choose the path that would be better for him, but he's got to sacrifice it for other people. Especially if you read the first issue he appeared in, Amazing Fantasy 15, it's a villain's origin story. It's not a hero's. He swears vengeance on his bullies and doesn't regret it until Uncle Ben gets killed. And it's and that to me is what I like about Spider-Man. He could have gone the other way. He could have been a villain.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he always chooses the right thing, that's what I like about that character.
Well,
and I
that's
feel
where
like
great great power and great
Yeah.
responsibility comes in, because that was the turning point for him.
yeah, and I feel like we've been dominating the conversation. Does anyone else have any thoughts?
No surprise there.
I will say the title, Spider-Man: Homecoming,
Yep.
does not sound like a superhero movie. It's I kind of imagine, like, I don't know, Bratz Homecoming or Barbie Homecoming. Like, I'm very curious as to who thought that was a good idea.
Well, apparently each of these standalone Spider-Man movies is going to take place for a different year of his high school experience. So I think the homecoming dance is going to play a role in this.
I think it's two things. I think it's A, Homecoming, because they got the rights to Spider-Man
Yeah.
back. I think it was a play on that.
Okay.
And there actually is, like, apparently after, I think it was after Secret Wars, there was a Spider-Man story called Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
And I think they just wanted to take that title.
Wait, who got the rights back?
Marvel got the rights to use Spider-Man in the Avengers universe after
From
Sony had owned them.
Oh,
Did you
Sony
hear
had
the,
owned it.
the
Okay.
Venom movie they said is not going to take place in the universe?
Yeah.
It's so
It has
stupid.
nothing to do with the MCU, but they're going to build a Spider-Verse with no Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And, they have the option. I guess they could bring in Miles Morales if
Which,
they wanted to.
By the way, that's my biggest problem with this movie. It's clearly, like, I've been reading that Miles Morales Spider-Man since the first issue.
Yeah.
This is Miles Morales Spider-Man,
Yeah.
but with Peter Parker and his characters and not Miles Morales and his supporting cast.
Yeah,
I just
sure.
wish it was Miles Morales.
Well, Donald Glover has been cast in an unspecified role, which leads me to believe that he's going to be Miles Morales in the movie. I don't know how that'll work out. I don't know what they'll do with it, but he's voicing Miles Morales in the animated movie.
He voiced him in the cartoon too,
Mhm.
actually. I don't know. I'm looking forward to this movie, but I have a feeling that because it's in the Marvel universe, a lot of people are gonna look at it and say, "Oh, this is finally the best Spider-Man movie." No, Spider-Man 1 and 2 by Sam Raimi, as far as I'm concerned, are the best superhero movies, even better than Dark Knight.
I don't know. I mean, to me, and I'm echoing, popular opinion here, but this is like, that was my Spider-Man as a kid because it was Spider-Man on a movie for the first time that I liked. But this is, he's actually a teenager. He's actually in Queens. He's actually, unskilled and like learning the ropes and stuff. I mean, in Spider-Man 1, you get the little scene of him shooting the web and jumping over the buildings and stuff like that. But you can tell in this whole movie, he's actually building up the whole time. And I really like that they have where Tony Stark takes away his suit.
That's cool, but again, that to me is more of a Miles Morales thing. For me, Peter Parker, it was kind of arrogant. He actually, at one point, he wants to join the Fantastic Four, and only doesn't because he finds out that they're not paid. That's the first issue of Spider-Man. He goes to join the Fantastic Four, gets in a fight, and then runs away when he finds out that they're a volunteer organization, essentially, and they're not going to pay him. He's pretty arrogant, and he always, he sees the Avengers or whatever, and he kind of, shrugs them off. He's like, whatever, those stupid... Again, this is very early Spider-Man stuff,
Yeah.
but I kind of liked that he had that arrogance. I mean, that's kind of why the character... I like that Peter Parker is kind of the shy, nerdy guy who gets bullied, but Spider-Man is that arrogance coming out. It's what lets him be that person. So I like Tom Holland as the actor for this. I think he's actually doing a good job. But to me, Peter Parker is... Tobey Maguire actually nailed it. And after seeing those movies and reading the original stuff, I'm like, wow, that was such a good adaptation of that character.
Yeah.
When people say Tobey Maguire is in Spider-Man, I'm like, I disagree. I think he was the perfect choice.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't hate those movies, but I feel like this is more the interpretation of Spider-Man that I've grown up having. Because, I mean, surely those early days of Spider-Man, that doesn't sound familiar to me at all in terms of the Spider-Man like I grew up knowing.
No, it's not first volume, first run.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so it's been adapted and everything like that throughout the years because the Spider-Man that I know he is arrogant in that he always has he's always thinks of himself as the smartest guy in the room and stuff like that. But I've never thought of Spider-Man as like a selfish character at all.
I think that's what makes him... I think that's what we secretly relate to. I think a lot of people say Spider-Man's relatable because he grew up not like dirt poor, but he grew up kind of poor, and that he was a bullied kid. And everyone says that's what makes him relatable. I think what makes him relatable is those selfish desires he has. It's that temptation to always... that if you had these powers or whatever, that you'd want to do that kind of stuff, and that it would be so much easier to not have to... actually, there was a great video I saw that basically summed up why Spider-Man and Peter Parker are intertwined in a way that, say, Bruce Wayne and Batman aren't. what happens in Bruce Wayne's life doesn't necessarily affect Batman's life.
Mhm.
What happens in Peter Parker's life directly affects Spider-Man's life and vice versa. And that's what makes that character interesting. And I think part of it is because when he has to make those choices that we can relate to, it's going to amplify whatever his superhero problems are. And I've just found that that's secretly what we love about Spider-Man is his relatability and his morals.
Well, I think that they actually are kind of taking at least a mild angle of that in this new Spider-Man. You can see that in Civil War when he's constantly trying to be at Tony Stark's side and everything like that, constantly thinking that he's cut out for it, even if he might not be. And I think it's interesting and probably well thought out that they have Tony Stark serving as sort of a mentor for him so that he can curb those sort of tendencies.
Which again is really cool. It's just that's the Miles Morales Spider-Man where Tony Stark was like his mentor.
Oh, really?
In the newer issues. So again, it looks great as an Ultimate Spider-Man Miles Morales movie. I just wish they were doing Miles Morales then. But hey, you know what? At the end of the day, this is all speculative. If the movie's good, it's good.
I have no
always
doubt
say
that
that.
it's going to be good. It looks incredible to me. I love everything they're doing with the story. I love the cast and everything. And it's interesting that Mary Jane is nowhere to be found.
I think she's secretly in the movie.
Yeah.
But also I'm super stoked that Shocker's in the movie.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Shocker. He's so dumb. I love him.
Well, it's interesting because Electro was the last one, and Electro is pretty much like real Shocker.
Yeah, Electro. So Shocker's whole. This is gonna go too far. We gotta move.
Well, I'm
otherwise.
surprised Tyler hasn't weighed in like at all. Do you just not have much to say about Spider-Man?
Not a whole lot. I am very far behind. I've seen the first two out of Sam Raimi's.
Yeah.
I have not seen the third. I haven't seen the Amazing Spider-Man reboot.
Missing nothing. There.
I saw him in Civil War. That's about it.
Okay, gotcha. Were you happy with that?
Yeah, I was surprised. I don't do a whole lot of reading ahead on stuff like that, so I was really surprised that he was in Civil War at all.
Yeah.
I would like to make the recommendation for all the crap, and Cameron was saying a lot of this on Friday, that superhero movies understandably get like they're kind of generic, made for broad market. Watch the first two Spider-Man movies again. It's like those are such unique. They're Sam Raimi movies. They're not superhero movies. They're Sam Raimi movies distinctly. You can tell it's him.
Macho Man Randy Savage is in the first one.
He is.
Oh,
Yes.
He totally
that's right.
is.
That's
Yeah.
right. And I was looking back at the suit designs and stuff, and maybe it's just nostalgia.
I think they look better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
that-
the first one just with the long, slender spider. On
Yeah,
the
no,
chest, I
that
love that.
those movie suits looked, and I think that's one of the reasons that movie works is that it looked like it came out of the comic, or at least he did.
Yeah.
Green Goblin obviously left a lot to be desired.
That was my nickname in high school, by the way.
Green Goblin.
No, long, slender spider.
And on that note,
Yeah. So Spider-Man: Homecoming, we're all excited about, and
And
at
on
least-
that note, I must take my leave.
Oh no.
Aw.
Tyler.
Tyler's heading out early today.
Nice
so,
knowing ya.
I have to go work at a job that doesn't appreciate me, so I'll be back tomorrow.
All right.
Tyler will be back tomorrow, and guys, you can find Tyler on Twitter at what?
Tyler W. Wood, and on Instagram at Styler Wood.
Perfect. And if you want to go over to take that seat, Tanner.
sure.
Cool.
It's nice and warm for you.
All right. So after that, Tyler shared this link, but he's leaving, unfortunately.
I'll bring it up again tomorrow.
Okay, we can save this one for tomorrow. That'll work. So let's talk about Batman and Harley Quinn, animated movie.
More comic books.
Yeah, well, it is nerd culture. So let's see. I don't know if either of you care about the Inhumans either.
The what?
Inhumans?
What's that?
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, I won't get.
I
into
like
the
Batman.
Batman's relatable.
I like the
For
Joker.
everyone.
He's my favorite.
Charlie and I will just work on making an eye contact bond while you two
Yeah,
take care
yeah.
of this
Let's just get
conversation.
into
if
it.
You guys want to have a staring contest?
Yeah, sure. But you guys have to carry on a conversation
yeah.
about this while we do it.
All right.
All right,
Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
So explain to me, Sydney, because I actually didn't read the article. So they're doing a new Batman animated movie with Harley Quinn that's going to be in the old Batman 90s style.
Yeah. It's produced by Bruce Timm and everything.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
Although his last Batman work left a lot to
Oh,
be
are we
desired.
doing blinking?
what was his last one?
Killing Joke adaptation.
Oh,
And-
that was Bruce Timm?
That was Bruce Timm, and
Oh, we
people
were
are
doing
like, "Wow,
smiling.
this sucks."
Huh. Interesting.
And that was the one where he sleeps with Batgirl.
Yeah, I didn't hear that it sucked so much as there was just like super apparent overtones, like even more so than the graphic novel of the R word and
Yeah.
and sexual innuendos and stuff like that.
There's a lot. I haven't watched that movie. I'll be honest. I've just seen clips. I don't really want to,
Yeah.
based on what I've seen. It might only be an hour and a half, but that would be an hour and a half of my time wasted.
Yeah, and then they threw in, I remember the first like 20 minutes is like a wholly original Batgirl story where she's sleeping with Bruce Wayne and stuff like that.
Hey, actually, to the panel, Cameron, Charlie included. Did everyone here see Lego Batman?
I didn't. I heard it was good.
It's
Yeah,
good.
I heard
It's
it was really
worth a lot.
good.
It's funny, man.
All the Lego movies are good.
There's been 2 of them.
All right,
The Lego-
see you guys later.
The Lego video games are good. I
all
like the
for
Lego
me.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
Well,
no, actually, I agree
technically,
that.
You could say that there's other, Lego Batman and stuff like that. They have the DC Heroes Unite and stuff like that.
Very
so.
true. I remember actually I bought Lego Batman 2 on a whim, and I invited my buddy over, and I'm like, hey, we played Lego Star Wars once. Let's play Lego Batman, see if this is any good. We'll play like a level or 2. We did that whole game in one night.
Oh yeah.
It was that enjoyable for that co-op, and actually Superman in that game is really funny. But
Aren't all the Lego games pretty good?
Yeah.
in my opinion, the best is Marvel because
There's only 2.
There we go. Yeah, I played Marvel a little bit. I played Lego Star Wars like 3 times through.
That's the
I
one.
love Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, that's the one that I played.
Lego
It's
Star
so
Wars
fun.
was awesome because of the lightsabers. It was actually
The
a good
lightsabers,
Star
yeah.
Wars game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
aside from the Lego
there's
stuff.
never really been a Star Wars game besides kind of Battlefront where you could like wield any lightsaber you wanted and like
Agreed.
really have the freedom to do what you wanted with it. You know?
You actually got that one right. You're correct.
He still had to sneak an actually in there though.
Yeah. No, you're right though. Actually, I remember me and my friends would have sleepovers playing Battlefront 2 all frickin' night. That was just what we would do.
I haven't
Yeah.
played that one yet, but I wanted to because it looked really good.
Battlefront 2.
Like the newest
new one?
Battlefront.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't play it either. I guess I was just like, it's too much Battlefield, not enough
Yeah.
Battlefront.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Battlefield is a solid game, but it's definitely not going to scratch that itch for a Battlefront 3 when I want that very specific experience again. If
So
that makes any sense.
What's the extent of lightsaber use in Battlefront?
The new one or the Battlefront 2?
New one.
The new one, basically you play as like either a stormtrooper or a rebel, like with a gun, and then like your killing spree or your kill streak, whatever, is like you get to be a Jedi. That's like your reward.
Which
and then
was the
when you
case in the
die,
original.
you have to go back to being a rebel or a...
Okay.
So... But I don't know, I played the demo. I didn't like
Yeah.
it. I heard really bad things about it. It looked like
looked really
visually
cool, yeah.
visually it looked really good, but gameplay wise,
I hear the sound also was like amazing at recreating those effects in an organic, because it's the whole thing of now that it's a video game, things can happen more organically. So to recreate those sound effects and make it work, that's impressive.
yeah, they did a good job there.
Also, that game was a classic example of not enough content for the price.
Yeah,
That
was $60 and then another $20 for like 2 maps and a gun or something?
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
And they knew they'd get away with it because of Star Wars, and they did. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
they did it because they knew they could.
And that was released like around like October or something like that, right?
that sounds about right. Yeah.
But like when episode 7 came out, so what was that? 2015.
Oh, so that was last year. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
2015, yeah.
That is right. Yeah,
Yeah,
geez.
it's been going, and they haven't announced a sequel yet, which is already impressive, I suppose.
Yeah, so they're not already trying to capitalize on it.
Yeah,
They did announce the next Star Wars though. Well, not now. I mean, everyone knows it's every December, but they're starting to reveal. Did they have a trailer?
not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Didn't
Episode
they?
8, you mean?
Yeah. Didn't they reveal like some of the cast or the plot or?
Well, yeah, we know the cast and stuff. I don't know. Maybe they did reveal a plot.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, I brought this up during the game yesterday about Snoke.
Oh, yeah.
So people have said that Snoke's name is a anagram for a Sith no one knew existed.
Ha!
Because apparently, in the deal they made in Episode 6 was that all existing Sith would be decimated. But apparently Snoke was a Sith that no one knew existed.
Huh.
So people say that's where his name comes from.
Interesting. I wasn't a big fan of Snoke because it was just so doing the Emperor again.
Yeah.
Shadowy
Just
hologram,
giant.
only bigger. That was the
Yeah.
problem with Episode 7. This, but bigger. Death Star, but bigger.
Yeah.
Emperor, but bigger.
Yeah.
Lightsaber, but with 2 things on the side to make it bigger. I didn't mind.
And
But
I'm interested to see what direction they go with Episode 8, because, I mean, if they're just kind of keep doing you can get away with the Death Star for Episode 7, because, I mean, you're pretty much rehashing everything from Star Wars in Episode 7, but
Yeah.
Episode 8, you got to do something original now.
Yeah.
you would hope, but, I mean, honestly, I don't expect.
I mean,
A New Hope.
I feel like, and I'm probably wrong on 100 different levels, but I feel like they can get away with whatever they want.
I mean, they can.
You
They're
know,
gonna make
like
money.
they're gonna
no matter
make
what,
money.
yeah.
They're gonna sell toys. I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars, but they can
Finally.
kind of do whatever they want.
Charlie,
know?
you weren't here on Friday when I found out I was the only one who had actually seen like all the movies.
Oh, I've been a Star Wars fan. My brother and me were Star Wars fans since we were kids. Fond memories.
Yeah, me too, dude. We actually used to have lightsaber fights with the plastic
Same.
lightsabers.
Oh my gosh.
By the way, the best way to win in that fight is the single dumbest, like, okay,
To kick
this,
them.
yeah, sort of. So you'd clash, and then all you have to do is touch them. So you clash and then just like slide it down and
Exactly.
hit their waist.
Yeah,
Exactly,
that
And
was.
you win every time.
We normally just did it and like tried to have fun with it. We weren't like trying to win. We were
I
just, like,
tried to win because I was a jerk.
Oh.
Also, I had the Darth Maul double-sided saber,
Oh,
so they
man.
got no chance, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the thing about
Uh.
lightsaber fights. Yeah, you just had to touch them.
It
So
li-
you
yeah.
just get locked up and then whoop, do a quick little
Yeah,
spin there.
which technically that's kind of how the thing would be because a sword you've got to like put effort into the swing, but a lightsaber is heated
Yeah.
light, so theoretically all you'd have to do is touch them and be like, "Ow!"
Mhm.
So it makes Jedi so
Li-
powerful.
Lightsabers, like, I would love to see like a detailed breakdown because, like, how do they determine where the light stops?
Right.
Because if it's a laser, lasers don't end.
There's probably a lot of math involved that we don't see in the
Yeah.
movies.
And
'cause
I
it's
remember
not interesting.
in the animated series they go into like what the actual crystal that powers lightsabers are.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what they call it.
Oh my gosh, I can't remember either. But there's different colors and they each represent something. Like the green is for peaceful, you know. Jedi, and the blue is for like all good. Like you want good instead of evil. And then yellow, like only Wookiees could use.
Did they ever have a yellow lightsaber?
Yeah, Wookiees could. Yeah.
There's a Wookiee Jedi.
There's a Wookiee Jedi.
Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, do you guys think the Last Jedi is referring to one person or a group of Jedi?
I hope it's a group.
Okay, I just gotta say my favorite thing I saw when that title was announced was this one response. It's like one of those insanely stupid responses. Someone was saying, "How can there be a Last Jedi?" And they gave like a 5-paragraph essay on why they didn't understand. And the best reply was, "If only there was a story about this, perhaps one 2 hours long with visuals and sound that would explain." Like I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's a fair question. But I'm willing to just wait. Star Wars to me shouldn't
apparently
be
the foreign translations say that it is a
Single-
plural.
plural.
Yeah, plural.
That's fine.
That'd be so cool.
So
Yeah.
Seriously, that'd be so cool.
Well, we kind of saw that in episode 2. Remember the big Jedi
I want
fight?
to see it again. I want to see.
I want to see it done better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing with these movies is at the end of the day, like behind all the culture and history, it's just I just want to see something cool. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just want to see a cool movie.
I say that at the end of everything. Like as much as I think that new Justice League trailer looks bad, I hope it's good. I hope every movie's good. I don't think some of them will be good, but I hope every movie's good. Because why would you not? Why would you want to hope a movie's bad?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Cameron, did you see the Justice League trailer?
I didn't.
No, yeah, because you were more DC than Marvel, right?
I'm neither.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you had to pick sides,
Tell me what's on each side.
Batman or everything else.
Batman.
Batman or Iron Man?
I guess I'm just gonna go with Batman because I like Christopher Nolan's
Yeah.
Batmans, and that's about the only superhero movies I like.
Yeah, I was just gonna see if you had seen the Justice League trailer and any opinions about it. This is what I told Tanner, and this is what I say about Batman vs Superman: is I like it as an action movie. Like as an action movie, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
As a Batman movie, and especially as a Superman movie, not a huge fan of it. And that's how I think I'm going to feel about Justice League. I think there's plenty of stuff in there that will get me excited. For instance, seeing Batman swinging and then throwing the Batarang, I love that. I love what Zack Snyder does with Batman because we finally get to see Batman in action.
He clearly just wants to make a Batman movie,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
feels, and you can tell though that these other characters were forced on him.
Yeah, just kind of background, yeah. Like the fight scene in Batman vs Superman where he's saving Martha. I said this on the show last week, but I would have paid admission just for that.
They're pretty basic stuff. Yeah, if you want to start it, I'll walk you all through it.
Cool. This is the $4
This
Food
is-
Group intro
Yeah,
featuring ramen.
featuring ramen.
And again, we can't hear the audio, but the viewers will be able to, so they'll hear your sweet intro music.
Oh, look at
Not
that
to
guy.
worry.
Hold on. Can we go back to that guy in front of Charlie?
No,
Replay
it's a woman
Okay.
actually, but
No, that was a man.
nope, it wasn't. I remember checking out with her.
Are you sure?
I remember checking. So first, you want to wash your hands as you want to be sanitary.
Wait, how old is that soap?
Yeah, really.
I don't know, man. It's not my soap. None of this is really mine. You want to get some honey, some peanut butter, some oats. You want to get a cup of peanut butter, which is really hard to
Ooh, nice
measure out. It's
Are you doing this in your PJs again?
no, I actually I put on some clothes for this one. So you want to put the cup of peanut butter in a pot. You want to get a quarter cup of honey. You want to pour that in the pot, and you're gonna see it's gonna look something like this.
Wow.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Appetizing.
You want to stir that around a bit, and then put it on low heat for about 3 minutes. Again. Well, I was holding the camera too, so yeah. You want 2 cups of oats. Any oats will do. You pour them in.
Any old oats.
Any old oats will do. You can use them from the prepackaged oatmeal, but you get some real oats.
What if I use dinosaur egg oatmeal?
Oh my gosh, I should have done
missed
that.
Yeah. They
No,
still
I
have
missed
it.
that. It's still around.
What the hell are you guys talking
Put
about?
it in the tinfoil.
Go to the
Excuse me.
store, Taylor.
Put it in the tinfoil. In like a non-stick pan.
Throw it in the microwave.
No, and then you want to put it in the refrigerator for about 4 hours, and
Sounds like
afterwards it'll be solidified. And it's just basically little peanut butter, granola bars. Super cheap, super healthy, super filling.
Cool.
I don't know. I enjoy them.
Nice. So let's be on the lookout. Not that we ever want to encourage bullying or meanness, but let's be on the lookout
Oh
for
yeah, here
this
we go.
individual
Yeah.
that Tanner
This is not.
pointed
I
out.
remember her.
Her?
Wait, yeah, her.
It looks like a beard.
No,
It-
it's a
No,
guy. It's a
that was a
girl.
girl.
I,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
now I
definitely
see it.
a
I
girl.
thought there was a beard.
She was a very nice lady.
Yeah,
She
yeah, it was
gave me
nothing-
25 cents off
Oh,
with
nice.
her card.
Oh, that's
Nothing
really sweet.
abnormal about her.
Isn't that basically free ramen?
Those are some.
That's
hands from
basically
hell.
one free ramen pouch.
So that what do you call those? No bake peanut butter.
Yeah, basically, any witty name will do. Yeah, no baked peanut butter bars. And the thing really, you don't even need to heat them up if you really don't have a stove. You can just mix everything together and put it in the refrigerator for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And it will work the same. If you heat it up, it kind of helps mix everything so that it's not as, I guess, clumpy.
Mm-hmm.
It's more consistent.
I'm not trying to make fun of you. I have a legit question.
Yeah.
Why do you not, when you're measuring out the oats, why do you not do that over the pot so any spare oats that fall get in the pot and you don't have a mess?
Because this is the second time I've ever baked anything.
Ah.
Yeah, I normally cook. I like to cook. I normally don't measure stuff out when I cook, though. I just kind of do it.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I don't know. This is fun. They're delicious.
You look like you're having fun.
But yeah, those they're simple enough to make. And what would you estimate is the total price if you had to buy the honey, the peanut butter, and the oats?
Well, about $8, but you can get some cheaper honey if you look. It's $4 for honey at like Harris Teeter Food Line, but if you go to any flea market and get like local honey, you can get a little bit for like $1 or $2, just enough to make this.
And if you're buying $8 worth of these ingredients, you'll be able to make a ton of these.
Yeah, you can make this dish about 4 times with the ingredients.
Okay. Cool.
And one dish it lasts you. I don't know how much of these you're eating, but it should last you a few days if you're just eating these.
So
Cool.
is Food Lion your preference?
I actually went to Harris Teeter, but I went to
Really?
Food Line the first time. I was feeling adventurous, and I normally don't go to Food Line, and it was a great experience.
Food Lion's my store of choice.
Yeah, I have bad experiences at Food Lion.
Have you gotten those pickles yet, Cameron?
I haven't.
Jesus.
I haven't run out of my Clausen pickles yet. My Clausens.
These things are going to go bad before long.
They already are.
Uh-oh.
But apparently, I looked it up. Apparently, pickles are fine.
Yeah, that makes
after
sense,
the-
yeah.
The expiration date. I don't even know why it's there.
That's a good question. Yeah, because the whole point of pickling things is
I think it's
to
just
make sure they
their
don't go bad.
best buy.
That makes sense.
Like they're
yeah.
most fresh and pickled.
It's weird how we just call pickled cucumbers pickles.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though anything pickled.
Yeah, you can pickle just about any vegetable.
I guess because cucumbers are so plain, like it's just a water vegetable.
Oh, I love, dude. Do you ever dip cucumbers in ketchup? Good
Oh,
stuff.
Oh my
God.
god.
Good stuff.
All right, Donald Trump.
Ugh.
Hey, I didn't order the cucumbers well done.
Might as well have. Oh.
Jeez, cucumbers and ketchup. Cucumbers and ranch I can get down with.
Yeah.
Cucumbers and ketchup. Hey guys, bring it off. It's just a microphone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well that's $4 food groups. Thank you very much, Charlie.
Mhm.
So let's get around to some games, and then we'll bring this episode to a close. So we'll save Zulu because Tyler seemed really excited about that one.
Is
So-
it new Hulu?
So let's
Hulu.
just stop.
That was bad. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm really sorry.
So let's play fan theories. So how we're going to do it with this one, this time around, is each one of us is going to come forward with a fan theory. The rest of the group has to decide if it's already an established fan theory or if they just made it up off the top of their head. So does anyone have any ready to go?
I'm trying to think. I have one. Y'all go if you have one.
I have one.
Yeah,
you
you
go.
go. You go.
So in the movie A Bug's Life, do you guys know the caterpillar?
Yes.
He was actually in cahoots with the grasshoppers the whole time. That's why, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like around whenever they launched the first attack, or the big attack with the fake bird and stuff like that, he kind of sabotages the whole thing. I mean, obviously they don't make it very obvious, but he does, like, whenever they're supposed to get the stick loose, you know, to let the bird fall, obviously he's the biggest one. He could have just gone up and give it a little tail swipe, and he didn't. And this was revealed, I think, whenever what's his name, Hopper is the main guy. Hopper is going to crush all of them, and he puts his head on the caterpillar's head, but then doesn't go through with it, even though he has the chance right there.
You're making that up.
That's a whole hunk of bull crap. I was just trying to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I'm trying. Well, that's
A Bug's Life, for whatever reason, was the first movie that came to my mind when I was thinking of a fan theory.
How about, okay, here's just a fan theory. In Pokemon, in the original games, the games actually take place after a great Pokemon war. And basically now everything's kind of peaceful, but war could always break out again. And this is mainly specified through the fact that there's several military characters in the game who actually talk about using Pokemon in war. And in the original games, before they kind of neutered it, Pokemon are said to die and to be killed in battle. And this is even demonstrated when you actually kill your rival's Raticate, because you fight him at the tower in Lavender Town, and then the Raticate... Oh, no, sorry, you fight him on the cruise ship, and then the Raticate is never seen again. And he's visiting the graveyard in Lavender Town, presumably for his dead Raticate that you killed.
And which game is this?
Red and blue and yellow.
Okay, and then it was like retconned after that?
It just was never really addressed.
Okay, gotcha. Well, it sounds like an
I
established theory.
believe that. Yeah.
Cam, any thoughts?
I'm about to get tricked.
I think you're making that up.
That's a real fan theory. It's a combination of two fan theories. Number one being that there was a great Pokemon War, mainly specified through Lieutenant Surge. The fact that he was basically a Vietnam vet and described fighting with Pokemon. And the Raticate one, by the way, I don't believe either of these.
Yeah.
But the Raticate one is also real, that you killed your opponent's Raticate, and he's in Lavender Town visiting his grave. Because he says, do you know what it's like to lose someone close to you? And then the only Pokemon he's missing since the last one is his Raticate.
Whoa. So what, you battle the guy and then you run into him again? In the
Yeah,
graveyard?
it's your rival. It's Gary.
Okay, I gotcha. Interesting. Huh. And is Raticate the Pokemon that he started off with?
No, it's just one that he had.
Okay, gotcha.
No one cares because Raticate sucks.
Yeah.
Gary sucks too.
Gary sucks, but Gary at least is like a capable trainer. Why would he use a
Yeah.
Raticate? It's a stupid Pokemon.
Yeah, I never knew why he used what he did.
Who would care if Raticate died?
Exactly.
No one.
I killed like 3 Raticates on the way here.
Just had Pokemon go up,
Yep.
squash them.
All right, I got one.
Yeah.
So, Twin Peaks. The entire series. For how many in here have you
Never seen it.
Okay,
I've
so
watched
the-
about a season and a half.
the whole series is based on the murder of Laura Palmer, and Laura. A few episodes into the first season, Laura Palmer's cousin comes to stay with Laura's parents, and it's played by the same actress. I think her name's Maddie or Maggie.
Oh, yeah,
I can't
yeah.
remember what her name is. But she's basically, Laura Palmer's blonde. This is the same actress with the black hair. And it is a theory that Laura Palmer is the one who killed Maggie and dyed her hair black to look like her cousin. So that's Maggie's blonde dead body at the beginning of the show, and really she's the one who's murdered, and Laura Palmer's the one behind it.
I'm going to say that's a real theory.
So Laura dyed her cousin's hair blonde after she killed her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or before. I can't remember.
Yeah, either way, yeah. Huh.
I think that's real.
I'm gonna say it's real too, just because I saw you looking stuff up earlier. So that's why I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with real. I saw you on here.
If it is real, then that's cool. But I made that up.
No, that was good though.
That was,
Yeah.
Good deal.
I was
yeah.
looking. I was on my phone looking up to see what's that character's name. If it's
Okay.
Maddie, I could be
Ah,
totally
gotcha.
wrong. I'm pretty sure it starts with an M.
Mhm.
Nice. That's a good fan theory.
Yeah.
Do you think that like is there anything in the series that alludes to
No,
that?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
I mean, knowing how everything winds up at the end of season 2, I just really, I doubt it.
Okay.
I mean, if they are switched or whatever, yeah, never mind. Nah. The reason what made me think of it, because I've been rewatching it, there's this scene where that Maggie cousin girl is sitting, and I feel like such an idiot for calling her that because she's probably neither of us. But she's like, they're having like some family gathering, like having a dinner with the parents and then like friends' parents. They're all together and they're like having a nice dinner and singing piano songs and stuff. And like there's just a shot of the cousin sitting there like kind of watching it all go down. It's kind of like they're celebrating like, or they're trying to talk. We miss Laura so much, and I was just like, man, it would make such a good like thing for Laura, because Laura's made out to be kind of this corrupt girl.
Yeah.
In this, like you keep discovering her secrets and stuff. Like, man, she does seem like the kind of girl who would try to fake her own death and try to come in to the lives of everybody to witness firsthand how they're reacting to it. And I was like, that could very well be true.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
But there's more stuff that happens that, I mean, it's not totally impossible, I guess, but I don't think it's possible.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, cool either way.
I think I'm not gonna top that. That's anyone that I say is gonna be. Yeah, no.
Well, it doesn't have to be cool. We just have to figure out if
we
it's
have
fake
to
or
figure
real.
you're lying.
All right. That 70s show. Everyone's familiar with that. There's one where Eric is he has special needs. You know, Eric the foreman, the main character, and his parents are trying to replicate what a childhood / teenage youth years would be like, because they always get mad at him, but they never actually do anything. They always let the friends over, even though they know they're smoking and drinking in the house. All the friends have money, but they don't have jobs, so maybe they're kind of hired friends. None of them really like him, but they all still hang out with him. And at the end of the day, he moves to Africa and comes back, and they all just right back together. So,
Interesting.
I know I'm lying.
lying.
Everyone knew I was, but like, let's think about
Wait,
this.
you made that up?
Yeah,
Okay.
like right
I
now.
could have seen that as a fan
You
theory.
could have taken their votes at least.
No.
Yeah.
I thought everyone knew I was. I mean,
No.
Really?
No, it seems like it could have been a fan theory.
oh wow.
Interesting. Yeah, good job making that up on the fly.
Hey, thanks, man.
I've got one. It is another video game related one.
Yeah.
But is anyone here familiar with Zelda Majora's Mask?
Yeah.
Okay, so the gimmick of that is that you're essentially living the same 3 days over again. The world ends on each of them, and you're trying to kind of get out of that loop. Cool, really great concept. So the theory is that Link was dead the whole time. That you've been dead the whole time, and that's why you're just stuck in this hell of failing to save the world.
So wait, there's a fan theory that you're dead the whole time?
Yeah,
That's
right?
never happened.
I know. But yeah, that's essentially this one. That's why...
Yeah.
No?
No. Keep going. Sorry.
Well, no, I mean, that's at the core of it. The fan theory is that, yeah, you've been dead the whole time, and this is specifically a chosen hell for Link, because he basically did not save the world of Hyrule, and he wanted to, and because he failed, he's constantly just trapped in this hell of not saving the world over and over and over and over again.
Ah.
And that's also why all the characters, while some might say they just reused the models from the last game, they're all the same models with just different personalities.
Okay.
And yeah, what do you guys think?
I think that's an established theory. Yeah, I think it's established.
I'm thinking.
And it made me remember one, if we have time.
Yeah, sure we have. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you made it up.
I think it's made up.
Charlie's right. It's the real theory.
Okay,
That's
nice.
the only other one I can think of.
I feel like there's a lot of theories about like people being dead, and
That's-
which is it makes sense.
I mean,
Dream worlds and
Have you known about that, or did you just look it up?
I knew about it and thought it was stupid. I find most fan theories to be pretty stupid, to be honest. Especially because most of them they were dead the whole time.
yeah, or it was all in their imagination.
Yeah, it was all a
You
dream.
ever hear that? I mean, I didn't want to do this one because it's so obvious, but you remember that Rugrats one?
Yeah.
I think that's.
I think we
that's
said that
what
one.
comes to mind
and
first.
the Ed and Nettie one.
Oh, yeah.
What's that one?
Ed and Eddie, they're all dead,
They're
and
all
that's why they're
dead.
all kind of like from different time periods,
Oh, I think
and the parents are never around.
That.
And why they never leave the cul-de-sac.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
I have a quick one.
Cool.
Yes.
I have a
Yeah.
quick one as well, and then we
So
can do
what-
Charlie's and wrap it up.
Yeah.
In Family Guy, Quagmire is 70.
You know what? I'm
70?
gonna say yes, that's real.
Yeah. I
Wait,
think
like
so.
70 years old?
70 years old.
I'm gonna sound like such a nerd. I know his age. He's 60. He said there's an episode about. I'm sorry, I know a lot about Family Guy.
No, I do too. I thought he said he was 70 in that episode. You're talking about where he's like, wait, you're 70, and then he's
Was
like,
it 70?
I'm pretty sure
I thought
it's
it was
70.
60.
I'm pretty
Either
sure.
way, yeah.
Yeah, look it up real quick.
Yeah.
Because I figured that was like an in joke.
Because
It's a
that's
trick
a great
question. It's
episode.
not a theory.
I was like, wait. So I said it's true, so I get the points.
Yeah,
I
you
win.
got it, Tan. Good job.
61.
61. Okay, so you're
okay.
closer. Yeah. Well, I guess I did make that up, so you lose.
All right. So mine, real quick, is just a really quick one. There's not too much to it.
Yeah.
Do you guys know the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Yes.
The fan theory is that JFK faked his death with the assassination in order to start the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, I like that.
I like that a lot.
I really do.
But I don't believe it.
I believe
I think
it.
it's
I believe that.
legit.
Yeah,
Theory, it's not.
I believe it's a
yours.
legit theory.
You don't think it's mine?
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are right. Oh, no, wait. Actually, yeah, I made it up.
Oh,
Are you right? I don't know. I'm confused at who was
No, wait,
right.
you
but
made that up?
I made it up.
Oh, okay, then I'm wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
said that's made
As
up.
usual.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's cool. But
Yeah,
I
I
also
did-
think it's
I- yeah,
Tanner's
when I-
winning this.
when it came to me, I was
Well,
like pretty
no, I
excited
got
about
Cam's
it
wrong.
actually. So Charlie, you have one more?
Yeah, this is the one that I thought of when he said the Zelda one, and I'm just gonna say it, and I still think it's kind of silly. The Office, everyone's seen the show.
Yes.
Has everyone finished the show?
Yes.
So we all know how it ends.
Yes.
There's a theory that when the show starts, they have all entered hell, and it's one of the kind of ones that they're all dead, but they're all in hell, and they don't know what they're doing. They all hate their lives. But each one of them individually throughout the 9 or 7 seasons finds God. In that last episode where it recaps what everyone's doing, they're all doing what they all wanted to do in the first season. Just exactly how they wanted to. No faults, no delays. They're just all like just good now. And it's like, yeah, they were in hell and then they found God and they're in heaven now.
That's pretty cool.
Right?
I'm gonna say that it's an established theory.
Established?
I'm gonna say it's fake.
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 It's fake.
Oh,
I
nice.
just made it, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Because it's kind of like, it's cool though, because it's like,
I know what you be.
they're all, literally. They're all
I don't
doing
even really listen
exactly-
to what you're saying. I just
You
watch
know.
your face
Yeah.
as you're talking. Like the last one you did, I didn't know what you were even talking about.
Really?
I just watched you talk, and I was like, "He lying."
Yeah, I knew with the first one that I was doing, I was giving it away too
Yeah.
much. But yeah, I just get wrapped up like in the actual theory. I forget that we're
Same.
trying to figure out if it's fake or not.
Yeah.
That's cool though. I
Right.
like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because it's like Daryl and Jim have that athletic
Yeah.
thing, and then Michael has
His
the
family.
wife and the kids, and Jim and Pam are married with the kids, and they're happy. And
And she's doing the mural.
she does the mural,
Yeah.
and Ryan and Kelly Ryan and Kelly run off. Dwight
Yeah.
gets married to Angela,
And
like
becomes manager.
and becomes manager.
Yeah.
It's like
That's a pretty cool theory. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we came up with some cool ones today.
we really did.
I like those. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the JFK thing came from like a thought that I had. Like, what if JFK did fake his death and he started like the 27 Club? So like he brought in Kurt Cobain and Tupac and all these people who were influencing the world behind the scenes.
What a party that would be.
Yeah.
JFK, Tupac.
Jeez.
Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.